Hi friends, so I am going to redesign some of your logos today. Let me know if you like this video and let me know if you want me to do more because I would love to. But yeah, I've picked 3 logos that I'm going to redesign. Some I'm going to tweak a little bit more than others, some I'm going to completely redesign. I'm excited to get started, so if you do want to be involved next time, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. You'll be able to see next time I post the shout out for some logos. So this first logo I absolutely love. I saw this pop up on my feed and I was like, wow, that's so cool. Kind of have logo envy, to be honest. I wish my logo looked like this. And it's by the lovely Erin, and I'm just gonna tweak it a tiny bit. I think it just needs a little bit of shadow, just to give it a bit of dimension, but I can totally see where she was going with this. Alright, so this is Erin's logo in Illustrator. Obviously I just have the flat JPEG image, so it is a little bit blurred when I zoom in, but hopefully you'll get the idea. So I'm thinking add a bit of shadow. So what I'm going to do is try my best not to go over the existing lines and just add, using the pen tool, a bit of a shadow. So I'm holding the shift key so it stays straight. Obviously if I did have the original file, this would be a little bit easier for me to do properly. And then what I'm going to do is pick the blue colour, pick a darker shade. Might have to try a few different shades to see. Actually thinking just putting it in the middle like that. Alright, and then obviously I need to get rid of the bit that's going over here. There we go. So I have the bit of shadow on it, and then I'm gonna duplicate it and do the same up here. So I just held Alt and then dragged it up and it duplicated it. Goodbye. So now we have a bit of a shadow on that paintbrush. Along with the shadow, I want to do a little bit of highlight. Actually, whilst I'm here, I'm also doing this with my mouse what is it called, mouse thing on my computer, just my laptop. I don't have my little graphics tablet out at the minute because I thought I'd do it this way to show you that you can do it with just your laptop or mouse, because that's how I started doing it. It wasn't until like, I think it was the second year of uni, I bought myself a graphics tablet, and my graphics tablet was like 50 quid. And honestly, after like one of my university assignments, when I did a client job, it paid for itself because that's how much I charged the person. So 100% worth it if you are into graphic design, but I think it's super handy. So what I've done is drawn a little curved shape for a shadow, filled it in white, and I'm just going to add a little bit of grey to give that a bit of a shadow. Right, so for some highlight, I'm going to, so there's a few ways I could do this. I think I'm going to keep it quite structured. Other times I would use the brush tool and just like paint on some highlight, but because this is quite structured of a logo, I am going to use the rounded rectangle tool and draw on, in the right colour, some highlights. So I'm just going to fill it with white and then duplicate it, so Alt and drag it down. Then the ruler, again similar, just going to draw a rectangle in here. For this one I think I'm going to actually move it down a little bit, because I remember the rulers at school had like dints in them. Wow, great description, Alice. And then obviously just colour it grey like so. Actually I reckon we could get away with a bit darker. Okie doke. How does that look? I don't know. Let's just move this around. So I think the key thing is to keep experimenting with things. Not sure about this one. So I think I've changed my mind. So what I'm going to do like a curved shadow on this one. So I'm going to draw a rectangle like before, and then I'm going to go into rounded rectangle, draw a rounded rectangle over it, and just place that. I think I want that bit to be thinner, and then I'm just going to click the circle I want to change. Do that. Right, so now I have a rectangle above another rectangle. I'm going to select both, click that tool again, and it's erased it. Yes, that looks much better than the last one. I need to repeat the same for the bottom, so I'm just going to cheat. I'm going to copy it down. Goodbye, my lover. Goodbye, my friend. You have been the one. You have been the one for me. Right, so then for the highlight, I'm gonna copy over these ones, but do it a little bit differently, because doing it a bit wider, actually no, doing it a bit wider looks quite cool. So maybe if I highlight both, make them both a little bit wider, maybe flip them over. There we go. Actually, I'm gonna move them down a little bit. That looks all right. I'm not 100% on that one yet, but we'll leave it at that for now. So then the pencil, I actually really like how she's done this pencil. I'm gonna add a little bit of highlight on the tip, just the tippy tip. I'm thinking like a triangle shape. Have that like that. No, don't like it. Maybe if we try curving it. So I've just pressed A and then the curve thing comes up. See what it looks like with just one edge curved. There we go. Something's throwing me off here. Oh, I don't know. We'll revisit that one. Or actually, maybe it's the shape that I drew and then change the opacity because it's black, and black doesn't really reflect anything. So in reality, why am I doing a highlight? Who knows? It's a shiny pencil. I don't know how to do the shadow on this effectively. We'll give it a go, but I feel like just following the shape of this segment of it will be the best way of doing it, because obviously the shadow is on the right hand side of all the other ones. If I follow it, it should be similar. So there's that. Oh yeah, I quite like that. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna try and put the shadow like up here as well. So that's with it, without. I think without, actually. Yeah, let's leave that off screen. I don't like that. And then actually I think I'm going to use this whole side as the highlight. We'll give it a go. Oh, I can cheat. Actually, this is not cheating, this is just being efficient. I've realised I need to just copy this down. Right, so I think for the highlight I'm just going to highlight the whole of that other side. So I'm going to select the two shadows, I'm going to group them together, and then I am going to right click, transform, reflect. If I turn the preview on, I can see what it's doing, and copy it, and it's reflected it exactly on the other side. I love this tool. It's very simple, but it's satisfying. So now it's the dark shade on the other side. So what I want is a lighter shade. If I change the opacity, I actually love this logo. I think Erin should make me a logo. So I'm going to put the original logo on screen so we can see the difference. I mean, I really like the original one anyway, but it has added a bit of dimension. But we'll go onto the screen. So I want to add a bit of a definition to the screen. So I'm going to find a bit of a lighter grey. So I'll pick up this grey and then just make it a bit lighter. Or just change the opacity, also works. And then I'm gonna go over it with another box like I did on the ruler and select both, get rid of the one in front, and it's chopped out the little box. So then now I need to erase these bits. There we go. So we have a little bit of shadow. Again, I'm gonna just copy it down here, and there we have a bit of a shadow. So I think that looks quite nice. I think the font looks really nice. Maybe I could add a bit of shadow actually to like under here, so you can see where the screen meets it. I guess a bit of shadow on the bottom, we'll try it. So again, same idea. Obviously this would be a whole lot neater if I had the file. So yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it at that. I quite like that. The only thing I'm a bit unsure on is the pink pencil, because I can't work out whether it would look nice with a bit of like highlight of some sort, maybe like thinner highlight. Usually when I make logos, I'll make them and then leave it for a day and then come back and see what I think, because generally my opinion has changed by then. But today we don't have time for that, so I'm just gonna do it right now. I don't know, we'll leave it like that. So that is my additions to Erin's logo. I'll show you the before and after once more. So that is what I created, and that's what it was like before. Again, it was really nice before, but a bit of dimension, change it up a little bit. There we have it. The next logo is for Kate, and she is a alterations service. She does trouser shortening, new zips, patching up holes, etc, etc. So basically an alterations service. So she sent me over her logo, and it's quite traditional looking. The font is kind of ornate style, I guess, and then it's just got a simple coat hanger on it. So I have actually been looking into some similar logos. I look on Pinterest a lot for inspiration. I've actually found an image online of a coat hanger that I like the look of. It is this one, so I'm going to borrow this image. You obviously can't completely copy other people's work because that is illegal, but you can edit and change them to a certain extent. So that is what I'm gonna do. What I want is just basically the black version of it. I think it's a nice starting point for me to start with. Obviously, if I had the time, I could make the coat hanger from scratch, but for this purpose we're not going to bother. So I am going to vectorize it, which means make it into an editable shape. So I'm going to go into image trace, make, and it should outline. Oh my god, and it's only picked up the black lines. Yes. So it's just outlined the black lines. I'm going to expand that, and now it has these blue paths around it. So I'm going to ungroup it. I want to get rid of this white background. No thank you, not for me. And it's now left me with this coat hanger. It still has a white background on it. Let's get rid of you. Goodbye. It does have a bit of a weird thing happening here. See, that's the trouble with this image trace thing. It can go a bit AWOL, as we have found out, but I'll fix that. So then again, it's just one solid, ooh, if I use the right tool, one solid shape. Now I have my vector coat hanger. I am slightly intimidated by this one, I'm not gonna lie. So I want to do a ornate looking letter K for, actually, to start with, I'm just gonna write her name. So what is it? K Hargett. So firstly I want to separate her name and her profession. So I'm going to put them on separate lines. I think I want them all to be in capital letters. Go up here, click that, makes it all capitals, and then I can go in here and pick a font which tickles me fancy. I quite like this one. It's a bit of a mix between modern and traditional. Right, let's leave that at that for now. Let's do the alterations. I want this to be smaller in size, so the focus is on who she is, but I do want this to be a different font. I want it to be sans serif, which means no little flicks on the end. So once I've picked my font, I'm just gonna change the tracking on it, reduce the size. Thoughts. Not sold on that top font. I feel like this looks professional. It attracts either a male or a female audience. Still not sure on this font, because as you zoom out it kind of disappears, and that is important to be able to read a logo from a distance. So what I'm going to do is go to Adobe Typekit, which is basically a place where I get my fonts from, and I'm going to have a look for some different fonts. So I will return once I have found a font. This is like the longest process ever. I hate finding fonts. There we go. I found a chunkier font, and I like this one because the R and the K have little twirls on the end. It's not a twirl, but I'm going to call it a twirl. That's the logo so far. I feel like something's missing. Something isn't sitting right. I'm gonna fill in this coat hanger and then put a bit of colour in it and see what I think to that. That looks so much better. Okay, all I did was fill in the coat hanger, and I prefer that a lot. I suppose I can arrange the coat hanger how I like. Let's just get rid of that other one for now. Go away. Okay, I much prefer that now with that colour on it. So maybe I could use the bottom of the coat hanger as the line, but no, that looks a bit naff. For now I've just been using this box to kind of see where I want the lines to stop. I quite like that actually, where it's in the placement in between the two lines of writing. Again, we could go with the colours she's using, so let's try that and then that. Yeah, I like this. Okay, I've added a bit more space between the letters in alterations. I think with a little bit of further tweaking I would be 100% with this. For progression between the old one and the new one, I quite enjoy the new one. It might not be to everyone's taste, it might not even be to Kate's taste, but I think the concept is getting there and it looks quite nice. Maybe you could actually change the top of the coat hanger to the red of the font. Hang on, let's have a final bit of adjusting. I told you I leave projects for like a day and then go back and change them. So this is the process I have in my brain, but it's happening on camera. See, the only trouble is if I try it with normal lowercase letters, the G is in the way of alterations. What if I use still lowercase, put it there, move it up a little bit so it's kind of in the centre, but then only get rid of the coat hanger where the G is in the way, you know? Oh, I'm stuck. I like where this is going. I like where this is going. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn the type into a shape. So basically I added the outlines to it, and then I'm gonna add an outline, just a white outline, but I'm gonna put that outline on the outside of it so it curves around where the coat hanger touches. Then move it up. Yes, I like this. I like how I'm properly digging my own work. There we go. Yeah, okay, I like that. That's my favourite. I'm gonna change the top of the coat hanger. Yes! And this is the final logo. So I'll compare it to the original one. So the new logo is on the left and the old logo is on the right. I really like it. I'm really happy with that. So hopefully Kate likes that. Let me know what you would have done differently. And let's get on to logo number 3. I couldn't pick the numbers then. I've just had my lunch. I've had a bit of a break. You can literally see my lunch. And now I'm going to go on to the third and final logo for today's video. So this is Moon House. I was sent it by Ellen, and she says we're a theatre company called Moon House who make work based around mental health. This really sparked a chord with me because obviously I'm really passionate about mental health care and stuff, so I thought this one would be a nice one to do. So as you can see, it's like a chalk outlined logo with a little house and a moon. Speaks for itself. I like the cute little sketch style of this. It makes it look quite fun, so I'm going to try and keep the fun element in it, but I do think this could look a little bit more professional and maybe translate a little bit better onto other applications. So I'm just going to draw a circle. I'm actually also going to make the background dark. Then I'm thinking what I've drawn is a house inside a moon. So I'm going to draw a little house. So just taking the polygon tool, it's currently set to, is that a hexagon? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a hexagon. Change it to 3 sides, please. And then you can obviously change the height of the house. So my idea is to kind of put it at the bottom of the moon. This might not work. It is an idea that was in my brain, but might not necessarily make any sense. I'm going to join these shapes together so it's a solid shape. So again, Pathfinder, this one joins them together. So now it's just one single shape. and I'm actually going to cut out the shape of the house from the circle. So now I have a white circle that has a cutout of a house on it. I'm actually going to undo that. I'm going to make a few different versions of this, and with these I'm just going to duplicate them a couple of times so we can play around with the positioning of it. I also like that the house looks a little bit like an arrow, like an upwards arrow, meaning like progression, becoming a better version of yourself, I guess. And then I'm thinking change the size of the arrow. I feel like the moon needs a bit of texture because obviously the logo that they had has a lot of texture on it, so maybe I could add some different outlines to it. Hello, it is the day after. I didn't get a chance to finish filming this video yesterday, so we're gonna get straight back into doing the moon house design. I think I'm actually going to try it with just the outline. I like this bigger house, and then I'm going to curve the text around the circle, I think. So I'm just gonna, I actually did a tutorial on this on my second channel, just about how to write on a path so it follows the line. So I will link that in the description if you want to check that out. Hopefully you'll find that helpful. So let's just center that. So now I have the text wrapped underneath and it says moon house. Again, something's throwing me off. I'm not quite sure I definitely like that. Let's add some little sparkles. Alright, so I've done that. Not convinced on this design, you know. Originally I quite liked it, but now I've slept on it, like I said, I'm not quite sure. I'm gonna try a different tactic. So I've just screenshot a photo of a moon that I liked online, and I'm gonna image trace it again. Right, plan B. Oh, it's got an extra thing there. I'm gonna keep to the circle idea. I like logos that are in circles. I think they just look quite nice and they fit on t-shirts and various different items really well. And I still want to go with some little stars just so you can identify that it's a moon, you know. Where's my little house? Here's my house. Go over here. I'm gonna actually go with the smaller house idea I had at the beginning, and try a different route. Right, so house and a moon. Change it to the outline. I want it to be the same thickness as that little moon that I've got, pretty much, because I really like that. And then use the little stars from up here. And then I think I'm gonna add some little circles. So yeah, I like that, that's cute. And then I'm just gonna copy the text over. I actually think I like the one with the straight text. Maybe if I change the tracking on the characters. There we go. Yeah, I like that. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that. I think if you had the time and the patience, which evidently today and yesterday I did not have, you could definitely improve this. Maybe you could even do like a little constellation in the dots. You could like research up a constellation that means something to you, especially because this is kind of like a mental health theatre company. Something's off. I always try and like end this video, but then I'm like, nope, something isn't right. You've gotta change it. Maybe it is the amount of dots I've put in there. Yeah, I like that one better than the other one. And that'll translate a bit better onto like clothes and uniform and stuff. Amazing. So that is the final logo. On the left is the one I've made, on the right is the original. I think that looks really cute. And that's it on a grey background in white. I'm really happy with that. Okay, so that is the end of this little video. It's probably not little at all. I wonder how long this is going to be. If you got to the end of this video, let me know which logo you prefer out of the 3 that I recreated. Let me know if you want me to do another video like this. I'd love to do it. It was really good to kind of test myself and see if I could make something a little bit out of my comfort zone. Thank you so much for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you aren't already. Don't forget to subscribe to my other channel as well, because that's where I put up my tutorials. And yeah, thanks again. I'll see you soon for another one.